Big news in African tech. Paystack has officially suspended its co-founder and CTO, Ezra Olubi, after serious allegations of sexual misconduct hit the internet. The story has exploded across X. Old tweets have resurfaced, and a full internal investigation is now currently underway. Today, I'm breaking down exactly what happened, what we know so far, and what this means for the future of Paystack.
Allegations of emotional manipulation against the tech executive, claiming he faked his sexual orientation during their relationship.
Now, there's a full video of comments from different people that you're going to be watching soon, but I just want you to know that this isn't just another trending topic. Paystack is one of Africa's biggest fintech success stories, acquired by Stripe and trusted by thousands of African businesses. So when a co-founder faces allegations this serious, it raises questions about workplace culture, leadership, and accountability in our tech ecosystem. So I want to give you the full breakdown before you watch the video. First of all, for context, who is Ezra Olubi, for those of you that don't know who he is? He's one of the two co-founders of Paystack. He has been widely celebrated for his technical leadership and his unconventional public persona. He played a major role in building Paystack into a leading payments gateway in Africa. So his suspension is a massive movement, not just for the company, but for the entire tech community watching. The controversy started when a user on X came forward with claims of sexual misconduct involving Olubi. According to reports, the accuser alleged inappropriate behavior, manipulation, and a pattern of misconduct involving power dynamics. As these posts gained traction, public attention intensified and more people began revisiting Olubi's digital footprint. Shortly after the allegations resurfaced, old tweets from Ezra Olubi dating back to around 2009 to 2013 began circulating online. Now, some of these tweets were very explicit, inappropriate, and raised serious ethical and safety concerns. They included sexual jokes about co-workers, comments linked to minors, bestiality references, and other troubling statements that sparked widespread outrage. One tweet from 2011 that went viral read, "Monday will be more fun with an A in it. Touch a co-worker today inappropriately." Like, who does that on social media? As more of these tweets resurfaced, pressure mounted, and within hours, Olubi deactivated his X account entirely. Paystack promptly responded by announcing that they were taking the allegations extremely seriously, and they confirmed that Ezra has been suspended from all duties and responsibilities pending the outcome of the formal internal investigation. The company also stated that the review would be fair, transparent, and structured, with the goal of protecting the integrity of the process and every single person involved. Now, your guess is as good as mine. Public reaction has been intense. Many people are calling for external investigations, not just an internal review. You understand what that means? So others are questioning broader issues like workplace power dynamics, leadership ethics, and the responsibilities that come with high influence in tech. So the resurfaced tweets especially have sparked heated debates because they go beyond alleged private behavior. They point to a pattern of public commentary that people are now re-examining. Before we get onto the video clips, the situation puts Paystack at a critical point. As a respected African fintech company, especially one backed by Stripe, any hint of misconduct at the leadership level threatens trust, reputation, and investor confidence. So how Paystack handles this investigation will set a precedent for how African tech companies will confront misconduct and accountability. So the question is, what will happen next? Well, there are several possible outcomes. Paystack could clear Olubi after the review. The investigation could confirm wrongdoing and lead to permanent removal, or external authorities may get involved depending on what emerges, and more accusers or digital evidence may resurface as the story evolves. But whichever direction it goes, it will reshape conversations around conduct and leadership in African tech. So while you sit back and relax and watch the clips, please drop a comment for me in the comment section. I always respond. Let me know what you think and if this issue is being handled appropriately. Just share your thoughts on it. So I'll see you shortly.
Leading to the resurfacing of Olubi's old tweets from 2009 to 2013. The posts, which contained inappropriate content, including jokes about pedophilia and misogynistic remarks, drew widespread condemnation across social media, leading to the tech billionaire deactivating his X account. In one of his tweets, he pointedly encouraged child rape, and he wrote on X, "On a lighter note, I hear sex with a minor cures HIV. So, my HIV followers, help yourselves. Your neighbor's daughter isn't looking bad today." We are also learning that Paystack has suspended Olubi for these allegations of sexual misconduct involving a subordinate. They have also reportedly opened a formal investigation. Paystack is one of Africa's most celebrated fintech success stories. It was acquired by Stripe for over $200 million in 2020. Olubi was honored with OON, I believe. I mean, we have celebrated the founders of Paystack. I mean, when we see tech executives in this sort of situation engaging in, commentaries or conversations like this, is really disheartening.
Well, as an ordinarily conservative person, in matters like this, when I read the Olubi files, they have Epstein files in the United States.
That's a good Olubi files.
We have Olubi files in Nigeria. The kind of prurience, the kind of shocking, details of sexual perversion that I found in those tweets. I was shocked beyond words because the whole thing is about pedophilia, it's about sexual perversion, it's about, things that do not make sense. About the gentleman say you can cure HIV by sleeping with young girls, and not just young girls, those that are endowed, things like having sexual experience with a cat. And then, some details about a polycule community in Nigeria. A polycule community is where you have a polyamorous relationship, a kind of sexual evil commune, where people just engage in all kinds of sexual behavior. There's a law in Nigeria called Same-Sex Prohibition Act of 2015. Which is an existing law. I am not aware that law has been enforced far enough. So all of this is just very embarrassing. It raises questions, one, about family. Where is the role of family in this case? Those children who belong to what they call polycule, who are their parents? Who are the members of their family? Number two is that, look, when you go on the internet never forgets. So because all of this was pulled out from the past tweets by the particular fellow. The third point, of course, is that the Paystack company, in order to defend its own integrity, has now suspended the fellow. I think this must be investigated, not just by the company, but also by the authorities, because we have laws. We have laws that frown against, perversion.
This is the craziest and wildest story I've heard this year. So this Nigerian queer tech founder, Ezra, who describes himself as unbelievably liquid. He's known for his lavish feminist dinners where he invites feminists to his abode, and they feast and enjoy their coven. Anyway, so this guy has been outed for his tweets that show a very strong affinity for bestiality, pedophilia, rape, sexual harassment, and every form of human depravity and degeneracy that you can think of. It's insane. I'm just going to show you guys slides of his tweets on the screen. And what makes this very interesting is that we're getting to hear about his past escapades, because an aggrieved member of his polycle has decided to be vengeful and very spiteful towards him. And yeah, one of the feminists he's been with decided to out him. And what makes this even more interesting is that some of Nigeria's most toxic, evil, vile feminists, Oloma, Kiki Mordi, and Ozie Etomi, who are his friends, are silent. There is deafening silence. Ever since this guy was called out yesterday, they've not said anything. Not one thing. But all of a sudden, their friend, who they have without doubt benefited from his unbelievable liquid, all of a sudden they are silent. These are feminists who will be very quick to drag any man who has a contrary opinion to their demonic feministic ideologies. Ezra's degenerate portfolio is filled with tweets talking about how he's had intercourse with his cat, how he's contacted HIV hepatitis, about installing an audio recorder in the toilet so he can hear the sound of his female friends peeing, even very weird stuff about his unborn daughter, how he fantasizes about being with a minor. And by the way, just to let you guys know, the cat that he's had intercourse with is named Lucifer. Of course he's not Christian. A lot of them who are feminist witches are actually not Christian. Look at the way he dresses. He dresses in this gothic style. You just know that there is something dark and sinister about this guy. Anyways, I'm very glad that he's been suspended from work this morning and investigations will be carried out. And what carried out, I'm just joining my voice to the voices of millions of other misogynists in the world to call out the
This is a developing story and we'll continue to monitor updates as Paystack's investigation progresses. What do you think should happen next? Should Paystack make the findings public? And what does this moment say about accountability in our tech ecosystem? Please share your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this breakdown useful, make sure to like and subscribe for more insight-driven analysis. And I will see you in the next video.